All right, the NFL draft has finally wrapped up. We had a chance to meet and talk to our first-round draft pick, Terrell Edmunds. Now we want to head down to Blacksburg, Virginia to get the take from his head coach in college. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
All right, big night for you. I know you were in Dallas for day one of the draft. Two of your players, brothers, going in the first round. What was that like?
Well, it was an honor to be a part of it. You know, I'm glad the Edmunds family asked Coach Foster, our defensive coordinator, and myself to come be a part of it. We didn't know how it was all going to go. It was a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit nervous, but it was just really fun. It couldn't have happened to a better family. Obviously, to have two boys taken in the first round, just great people all in all. The kids have been great to work with and coach, and a great celebration for the Edmunds family and for Virginia Tech.
Terrell told us he was a little surprised that he won in the first round, but he's ready to go, happy it happened this way, happy to go through that process with his brother. But I'm told you're not surprised at all that he was a first-round draft pick. Why is that?
Well, I felt like there was a really good chance he could go late in the first round. I mean, I wasn't positive by any means, but just my conversations leading up to the draft with a couple people at various teams, I just felt like he was really gaining traction when the people sit down with him and start talking football with him and realize that he could coach you on all 5 positions in the secondary. Combined with how he tested and the character he's got, I just thought he was going to go higher than the alleged experts thought.
He told us a lot about his interactions with the Steelers going through the entire pre-draft process. What was your interaction with Pittsburgh, and what do you take away from maybe meeting Coach Tomlin or Kevin Colbert or anybody from our team?
Well, I enjoyed getting to hang out with Coach Tomlin at our pro day. You know, we had good discussion about the Edmunds family kind of as a whole. You know, not as specific about Terrell or Tremaine, but just about that family and the type of players and people they were. Of course, he's a Virginia guy, so it was good to get him back in his home state and just visit about those kids and the type of athletes and people they were.
When Coach Tomlin and Kevin Colbert talked about Edmunds after they drafted him on Thursday night, they said 2 big things. He's good at communicating, and he's a versatile player. Explain to us, maybe give us some examples of why what they said is true.
Well, the guy is incredibly intelligent, and he is an outgoing person. And when you play in the secondary, whether it's in college or in the NFL, you have to communicate so that everybody's on the same page. And he is a willing communicator. He enjoys that part of it. He's an outgoing person to begin with. When you talk about his versatility, I mean, he could literally play all 5 positions, whether you're playing in the alley or playing on the roof or playing at corner. And, you know, there was times this past year we got a guy nicked up or whatever, and he would literally just bump over to the other spot and go play corner. We're playing Clemson, and for about 8 snaps, he jumped over and played corner against some pretty darn good people. So he's just incredibly versatile, incredibly intelligent, and I think he's got a really bright future.
He wouldn't pick his favorite spot in the back end of the defense. Is there one position you think he really excels at?
Well, I don't know. He's done about all of it for us. He's played into the boundary, he's played to the field, and he's played corner. So I don't know if there's one spot. I think it's, you know, the defenses and in the NFL, they get to substituting with the offenses, and I think they're only going to be limited by their own imagination. You know, they're going to love the versatility he brings and the things that they can ask him to do.
You briefly mentioned the pedigree, the football pedigree, really, that he comes from with his family, with his brother also going in the first round. What do we need to know about the Edmunds family and specifically Terrell?
Well, I think, you know, the first thing is his mother and father did a fantastic job raising those 3 boys. I mean, they are very respectful, they're very diligent, hardworking, very good students. You know, Terrell came out early but had already graduated from college. Tremaine's a little bit younger, but he will graduate. So, I mean, when you watch them interact and you get to be around his mom and dad and you see them, how much respect they have for their mother and the way they act and conduct themselves, it makes you feel pretty good.
And lastly, what don't we know about him? What's something that might surprise us or maybe make us happy that we don't know about Edmunds yet?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. He's a pretty open book. I mean, he's got a great personality. He's much more outgoing than his brother. He likes getting dressed up, and
he's a good dresser.
He kind of envisions himself as a fancy dresser. So
okay.
It'll be interesting to see with the little extra cash he's got on hand what he comes up with.
All right, we'll stay tuned to some good outfits maybe for those away trips and game day.
You bet.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Congrats on a great draft weekend for Virginia Tech.
You bet. Thanks for having me on.